good man down. Always keep a joy when they want me to frown. Rastafariism govern the throne, and they could never ever take thy crown. Who jam bless, I say no man curse. Things getting better when they thought it would be worse. Here comes the officers, they're asking for a search. They found no weapon, just only a draw first. Cause I'm so solid as a rock, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set their traps, they just can't stop me now. People will say this and that, they just can't stop me now.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Impress Your Date. I'm Chef Dave Jones. On today's show, we'll be cooking lemon pepper and thyme Cornish game hen with sauteed asparagus, spinach, rice, and we're going to top it all off with a mushroom cream sauce. Okay, starting with today's ingredients. First, we have cooking spray, something that you should always have around your house. It's a lot easier to use this than spreading butter around on a sheet pan or a piece of aluminum foil. We have Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, bottle of lemon pepper seasoning, chicken flavored Maggi cubes. Maggi cubes is a staple in my house. I use them on just about anything, mostly the beef flavor, but the chicken also comes in handy. We have a cup and a half of parboiled rice. I prefer the parboiled rice. Asparagus, chopped spinach. It was frozen. I thawed it out and drained all the water off. Fresh thyme and butter. And also we have our Cornish game hen. Okay, let's start with our asparagus. Okay, as with everything that we do, chicken is always last. You never want to do your chicken first because you might contaminate everything else you're trying to get done. Okay. All right. So for our asparagus, we have. I started off. I peeled these. As you can see, the difference between the two. I just shaved the bottom half off with a potato peeler, just for effect. That's also a little trick that you can use when you have asparagus that's really like stalky or tough at the bottom. What you want to do is you grab your peeler and you want to lightly press it and run down your asparagus like so. You don't want to press it too hard because you're going to cut off too much of the meat of the asparagus. Okay, let me do one more for you. So what you want to do is just go down and turn, go down and turn. Okay. Set that to the side. Alright. And now for our thyme. I love fresh thyme. It's one of my favorite herbs. I use it a lot. What I've done with this here, as you can see, this is off the stem. I'll show you how to take that off. What you want to do is you want to grab it by the top, hold it at the top, and just run your fingers down the stalk. Alright, and once you get all that off, this little bit that's left, you just want to pluck that off. Okay? So once again, you run your fingers down, and then the end, you just pluck off. Okay? And we're going to take that, dump it on our cutting board here. We're going to chop that real fine. Okay? Now remember, when you're peeling it, you may get a couple thick stalks into it. Just pick those out and try to get the little leaves off as best you can. Okay. And get that nice and fine. Because later on we're going to sprinkle this right on top of our Cornish game hen. Okay, that's good. Take it and put it back in our ramekin here. And when you're trying to clean it up, you can use your knife as like a little shovel. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side. Okay, now for our rice. going to dump it in here. Now the rule with rice is it's always 1 measure of rice, 2 measures of water. So if you have 1 cup of rice, you should add 2 cups of water to that, and so forth and so on. We need our measuring cup. Now we have 1.5 cups of rice in here, so we need 3 cups of spinach. 3 cups of water, excuse me. Okay. Now what you want to do with this here, well, before we add our spinach, can't forget our Maggi cubes. This is going to be the seasoning for our spinach rice. Now sometimes when you get these, they're hard. Sometimes you get them, they're soft. It depends on how moist the air is they're stored in. These just happen to be soft, so what you want to do is just crumble it up right in your water. And for this right here, 2 cubes should be good enough. It really helps bring out the flavor of the spinach in your rice. Okay. We're going to grab our whisk. We're going to stir that Maggi cube right up in there. You don't have to worry about getting it absolutely perfect, because once it starts to boil, the boiling action in the heat of the water will start to break that up the rest of the way. Now we want to add the rest of our spinach into that. Like I said, this was 8 ounces, which is 1 cup of chopped frozen spinach, drained. Okay. We'll give it one more stir. Get our spinach all mixed up in there. Now it's going to come to the top, so don't worry about getting it perfect. Just get it like pretty much submerged in the water. Okay. We're going to put that on a high heat. Now what you want to do is you want to bring that to a boil, and once it's to a boil, you want to put a lid on it, and then you just turn it down to the very lowest heat you can possibly get. And just leave the lid on it. Don't bother it, don't touch it, don't fiddle with it for about, I would say, at least 15 to 20 minutes. Check it after 15. Okay, now for our Cornish game hen. And what we're going to do with this hen is we're going to split it into 2 portions. You can find Cornish game hens in just about any supermarket. Now what you want to do is take your finger, just run down the center, and you'll feel the breastbone here. You want to run your knife along each side of the breastbone, as close to the bone as you can, just like this. Might take a couple slices. And as you can see the breastbone is exposed. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut right down forcefully to break the rib cage and go down to the backbone. Okay, got one. Alright. See how we take the breastbone out? Now what we want to do is this part right here is the backbone. We're going to run along each side of the backbone. Okay. Now this will take some force, so you got to have a nice sturdy knife. Alright, now we remove the backbone. And you're going to have a little fat at the tail end. You want to trim that up. Alright, and here we go. 2 halves of the same bird.